Gold's Gym, 1974. Arnold loads 405 pounds for his final bench press set. His spotter just finished his own brutal workout, exhausted, unfocused. Halfway through the third rep, the bar stops rising, starts sinking. The spotter doesn't react. 2 seconds to disaster. Venice Beach, California. Gold's Gym, March 1974. Tuesday morning, 9:45 a.m. The gym is half empty. The serious morning crowd has already finished and left for work. A few stragglers remain. Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of them. He's been training for 2 hours. Back, shoulders, now chest. His final exercise. Bench press. Heavy weight. Maximum effort. The kind of set that builds champions or breaks bodies. The bench is set up in the corner near the front windows. Morning light streams through dirty glass. Chalk dust floats in the sunbeams. The bar is loaded. 4 plates per side. 405 pounds. For most men, that's a 1-rep maximum. Something you attempt once, celebrate if you succeed, and then unload immediately. For Arnold, it's his working weight. 5th set. 6 reps planned. He's already done 4 sets. 315 for 12. 365 for 8. 385 for 6. 405 for 4. His chest is pumped. Swollen. Fatigued. This last set will push him past failure. Past what his body wants to do. That's where growth happens. In the space between what you can do and what you force yourself to do anyway. Arnold needs a spotter. Bench press is dangerous alone. If the weight pins you, you can't escape. The bar sits across your throat or chest. You can't breathe. Can't call for help. People have died that way. Crushed under iron in empty gyms. So you always use a spotter. Someone to stand behind the bench. Watch the bar. Help if you fail. Save your life if things go wrong. The gym is nearly empty. Most of the regulars are gone. Arnold looks around. There's a guy doing leg press across the room. Too far. Someone on the cable crossover. Also too far. Then he sees someone closer. Rick. Late 20s. Decent bodybuilder. Competes locally. Never places high, but trains hard. Respectable. Arnold has spotted for him before. Rick has spotted for Arnold. Not friends. Not training partners. But gym acquaintances. That's enough. Rick is finishing his own workout. Seated dumbbell press. Heavy dumbbells. 110 pounds each. His shoulders are fried. Arnold can see it. Rick's form is breaking down. His left arm is shaking on the last rep. He's grinding. Finally gets both dumbbells overhead. Drops them. They hit the floor with a crash that echoes through the gym. Rick sits there. Head down. Breathing hard. Completely spent. Arnold walks over. Rick, I need a spot. Last set. Bench press. Rick looks up. His face is flushed red. Sweat drips from his nose. His eyes are glazed. That 1,000-yard stare of total muscular fatigue. For a second, Arnold thinks Rick didn't hear him. Then Rick nods. Yeah, sure. He stands up slowly. His legs are unsteady. He worked legs yesterday. Squats. Heavy squats. His quads are still sore. Combined with the shoulder workout he just finished, he's running on empty. They walk to the bench press. Arnold lies down. Gets his grip. Hands spaced wide. Just outside the rings on the bar. Perfect position for chest activation. He plants his feet. Arches his lower back slightly. Drives his shoulder blades into the bench. Creates tension. His whole body is a coiled spring. The bar is directly above his eyes. 405 pounds sitting on the rack. Waiting. Rick stands behind the bench. His hands hover under the bar. Ready to assist. This is the spotter's job. Watch the bar. If it stops moving up, help. If it starts moving down, grab it. Save the lifter. Simple. Except Rick is destroyed. His shoulders just finished a workout that would cripple most men. His hands are shaking slightly. His focus is scattered. He's thinking about his next meal. About the cramp forming in his left calf. About whether he remembered to pay his rent. He's not thinking about 405 pounds of steel that could crush a man's ribcage. Arnold doesn't see this. Can't see it. He's lying down, looking up at the bar. His view is the underside of the barbell. The ceiling. Rick's face upside down. Rick looks fine from this angle. Standing. Hands in position. Arnold assumes Rick is focused. Alert. Ready. That assumption is dangerous. Okay. Liftoff. Arnold's voice is calm. Controlled. Rick grabs the bar. Helps Arnold lift it off the rack. The weight comes free. Arnold controls it. Holds it at arm's length above his chest. Rick releases. Steps back slightly. His hands stay under the bar. Hovering. Not touching. Just ready. The spotter's position. Arnold lowers the bar. Slow. Controlled. Down to his chest. Touches. 1 second pause. Then drives up. Explosive. The bar rises fast. Clean. Solid. First rep complete. He lowers again. Second rep, same motion. Touch the chest. Pause. Explode. The bar rises. Still fast. Still controlled. Rick watches. His eyes track the bar. Up. Down. Up. Down. Rhythm. Everything looks good. Third rep. Arnold lowers the bar. Touches his chest. Drives. The bar rises. 6 inches. 8 inches. Then something changes. The speed decreases. The bar slows. Still moving up. But slower. 12 inches. 14. Slower still. Arnold's face tightens. His teeth clench. The bar is heavy. His chest is fatigued. This is the hard part. The grind. Where champions are made. 16 inches. The bar nearly stops. Arnold's arms are shaking. Maximum effort. Every muscle fiber in his chest is firing, trying to drive the weight up. The bar moves. Millimeter by millimeter. But it's moving. Still going. Rick is supposed to be watching this. Supposed to see the struggle. Supposed to be ready. He's not. Rick's mind wandered. Just for a moment. He's looking at the bar, but not seeing it. His brain is elsewhere. Thinking about the burning in his shoulders. The fatigue in his body. The conversation he had this morning with his girlfriend. She's upset about something. He needs to call her. His eyes are open, pointed at the bar. But his focus is gone. 3 seconds of distraction. That's all it takes. The bar stops rising. 18 inches above Arnold's chest. Stops completely. Arnold pushes. Nothing happens. Pushes harder. The bar doesn't move. His arms are fully extended in effort. Maximum contraction. But the weight isn't going up. And then it starts going down. Slowly. Inevitably. Gravity wins. Always wins. The bar descends. 1 inch. 2 inches. Arnold tries to stop it. Can't. His muscles are done. Completely fatigued. He has nothing left. The bar keeps coming down. 3 inches. 4. This is the moment Rick is supposed to react. The moment the spotter becomes critical. The bar is descending toward Arnold's chest with 405 pounds of force. If it lands, it will crush his sternum, collapse his ribcage, possibly stop his heart. Rick has maybe 2 seconds to grab the bar. Lift it. Save Arnold's life. But Rick isn't reacting. His hands are still hovering. His eyes are still pointed at the bar. But his brain hasn't processed what's happening. The signal hasn't arrived. He's too fatigued. Too distracted. Too slow. Arnold sees Rick's face. Upside down. Unfocused. Empty. And in that instant, Arnold understands. Rick isn't going to help. Not in time. Maybe not at all. The bar is descending. 5 inches above his chest now. Arnold has 1 second. Maybe less. His arms are dead. He can't press the weight. Can't reverse the descent. Normal response would be to yell. Help. Scream for Rick to grab the bar. But there's no time. And Arnold doesn't waste energy on panic. Instead, Arnold does something most people never think of. Can't think of. Don't have the presence of mind to execute under pressure. He shifts his grip. Slightly. Changes the angle of his wrists. And then he pushes the bar. Not up. Sideways. To his right. The bar tilts. The left side drops slightly. The right side rises. The weight becomes unbalanced. 405 pounds on a tilted bar creates momentum. Physics takes over. The bar slides to the right, off Arnold's chest. The plates on the left side hit the safety pins on the bench with a massive crash. Clang. The sound is like a bomb. The entire gym stops. Everyone looks. The bar is caught, resting on the left safety pin, still loaded, but no longer above Arnold's chest, no longer threatening to crush him. Arnold is safe. Rick jumps, literally jumps backward. The crash snapped him out of his daze. His eyes go wide. He looks at the bar, then at Arnold, then at the bar again. His face goes pale. He just watched Arnold nearly die, and he didn't react, didn't help. Stood there like a statue while 405 pounds descended toward his training partner's chest. The realization hits him like cold water. Oh my God, Arnold. I'm sorry. I wasn't. His voice shakes. He's stammering, shocked at himself. Arnold slides out from under the bar, sits up on the bench. His chest is heaving. Adrenaline dumps into his bloodstream. His hands are shaking slightly. Not from fear, from the physiological response to near death. His body knows what almost happened even if his mind stayed calm. He takes one breath. Two. Controlled. Slow. Brings his heart rate down. Then he looks at Rick. Rick is standing there. Pale. Shaking. His hands are up. Defensive. Apologetic. Arnold, I swear I was watching. I don't know what happened. I zoned out for a second. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Rick's voice is high, panicked. He's terrified, not of Arnold's reaction, of what could have happened, of the weight of that responsibility. He was responsible for Arnold's safety, and he failed. Arnold doesn't yell, doesn't curse, doesn't grab Rick or push him or show anger. He just looks at him, silent, for 5 seconds. The silence is worse than any words. Then Arnold speaks. His voice is quiet, calm, almost gentle. You were tired. It's not a question, a statement. Rick nods. Can't speak. Arnold continues. You just finished shoulders. Heavy. You're exhausted. You shouldn't have spotted me. Rick's face crumbles. I thought I could handle it. I thought I was paying attention. Arnold shakes his head. Being a spotter isn't about thinking you can handle it. It's about knowing you can. Your body was done. Your mind was done. You said yes when you should have said no. Rick looks at the floor, ashamed. I could have killed you. Arnold stands, walks to the bar, starts unloading the plates. His movements are calm, methodical. He pulls a 45 pounds plate off the right side, sets it down, pulls another. Rick watches, frozen. Arnold says over his shoulder, You didn't kill me. I'm alive. That's what matters. He pulls another plate. But this is a lesson. For both of us. Arnold turns to face Rick. I made a mistake. I asked someone who was exhausted to spot me on a maximum effort set. I saw you finish your workout. I saw you were tired. But I asked anyway because I needed a spot and you were close. That was my error in judgment. I put my safety in the hands of someone who wasn't capable of protecting it. That's on me. Rick starts to protest. No, it's my fault. I should have said no. I should have told you I couldn't do it. Arnold nods. Yes, you should have. And that's your lesson. Know your limits. Know when you're capable and when you're not. It's not about pride. It's not about helping someone out. When you're spotting heavy weight, 1 second of distraction can mean death. You can't fake focus. You either have it or you don't. Arnold walks back to Rick, puts a hand on his shoulder. You're a good guy, Rick. You train hard. You didn't mean for this to happen. But intent doesn't matter when someone's crushed under a barbell. So learn from this. Next time someone asks you to spot and you're not capable, say no. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. Rick's eyes are wet. He's close to tears. The weight of what almost happened is crushing him differently than the barbell would have. How are you so calm? You almost died. Arnold half smiles. Almost. But I didn't. Because I stayed aware. I saw you weren't reacting. I had maybe 1 second to solve the problem. So I solved it. Panic would have killed me. Clarity saved me. Arnold finishes unloading the bar. The bench is clear. He walks to his gym bag, pulls out a towel, wipes the sweat from his face. His hands have stopped shaking. His breathing is normal, like nothing happened. Rick is still standing by the bench, shell-shocked. Arnold walks past him toward the exit, then stops, turns back. Rick, one more thing. Rick looks up. Arnold's face is serious. If you spot for someone again, make sure you're ready. Completely ready. And if you're not, tell them. That honesty could save a life. Maybe yours. Maybe theirs. Arnold leaves. The gym door closes behind him. Rick stands there alone, looking at the empty bench, the bar, the safety pins that caught 405 pounds. He sits down on a nearby bench, puts his head in his hands. He just learned something that no amount of weight training teaches. Responsibility. Consequence. The difference between being present and being aware. That lesson will stay with him for the rest of his life. 3 days later, Arnold is back at Gold's gym. Same time, same bench, loading the bar for heavy bench press. Rick walks up. Arnold, can I spot you? Arnold looks at him, studies his face. Rick's eyes are clear, focused, alert. He hasn't trained yet today. He's fresh, capable. Arnold nods. Yes, thank you. Rick takes position behind the bench. His hands are steady. His focus is absolute. He doesn't blink, doesn't look away, doesn't let his mind wander. Arnold completes 6 reps at 405 pounds. Perfect form. Rick's hands hover the entire time. Ready. When Arnold racks the weight, Rick exhales. Realizes he was holding his breath the entire set. Total concentration. Arnold sits up. Good spot. Rick nods. I'll never zone out again. I promise you that. Arnold stands. Shakes his hand. I believe you. And he does. Because the best lessons are the ones that almost cost you everything. Rick learned. Arnold learned. The bar doesn't care about excuses. Doesn't care about tiredness or distraction. It only cares about gravity. And gravity always wins unless you're prepared to fight it. That moment in March 1974 never made it into magazines. Never became a famous story. No cameras captured it. No witnesses wrote about it. Just 2 men in a gym. 1 bar. 1 near-death experience. But Arnold carried that lesson forward. From that day on, he never asked someone to spot him unless he was certain they were capable. And he never spotted anyone unless he was completely focused. Because the weight doesn't forgive. The iron doesn't care. And in the space between the bar and your chest, there's only physics and preparation. You respect both or you die. Years later, a young bodybuilder asked Arnold what the scariest moment of his training career was. Arnold thought for a moment. Considered dramatic stories. Injuries. Competitions. Then he told the truth. The day I trusted someone who wasn't ready. And I almost paid for it with my life. That taught me more about training than any trophy ever did. Strength isn't just what you can lift. It's knowing when to lift, when to push, and when to stop. That wisdom keeps you alive. The young bodybuilder didn't fully understand. He was young, invincible, hadn't yet learned that iron respects no one. But Arnold knew. He learned on a Tuesday morning in March. Under 405 pounds. With a distracted spotter and 1 second to solve an impossible problem. He solved it, survived it, and never forgot it. That's the difference between champions and everyone else. Champions learn from near misses. They don't ignore the warning. They don't laugh it off. They absorb the lesson, change their behavior, and they make sure it never happens again. The bar fell that day, but Arnold didn't. And that made all the difference.